Coming up here on Global Business, China's securities regulator introduces new measures to enhance cooperation between the mainland and Hong Kong markets. Article 50 of the EU AI Act takes effect, including its transparency rules, penalties, and general-purpose AI supervisory powers. And from night markets all the way to firefly trails, China's after-dark summer tourism is driving consumer spending and boosting local economies across the country. And welcome everyone to Global Business here on CGTN. I'm Michael Wong in Beijing. We begin with the capital markets, where China's top securities regulator announced 10 policy measures on Monday to strengthen cooperation between the Chinese mainland and the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and to support Hong Kong's capital market development. The initiative aims to boost high-quality growth in both markets and reinforce Hong Kong's status as a global financial hub. The key measures include facilitating mainland firms' listings over in Hong Kong, launching more China-linked index products, and expanding futures cooperation with more RMB-denominated contracts. Now, both regulators also pledged to enhance supervision collaboration, promote green finance disclosure, and support local brokerages in expanding globally from Hong Kong. And to China's monetary policy, where China's central bank says it will continue to implement a moderately loose monetary policy in the second half of the year. Now, at its work conference, the People's Bank of China, the PBOC, vowing comprehensive and timely use of monetary policy tools. Counter-cyclical adjustment will be strengthened and solid steps taken to promote sustained economic development. Ample liquidity will be maintained and financial services improved for private companies and small and medium-sized companies as well. The PBOC also pledged to develop what it calls a technology board for the bond market while implementing risk-sharing instruments for tech innovation and private business bonds. Meanwhile, China's factory activity has sustained expansion for 8 consecutive months, according to a private survey. The China Purchasing Managers Index, jointly released by Rating Dog and S&P Global, stood at 50.9 in July, a notch below June's reading of 51.7. The index has also remained above the benchmark reading of 50 now for 8 months in a row, what Rating Dog calls its longest expansion streak in 5 years. Rating Dog also highlighted the return to growth of new export orders as a positive signal for the sector's outlook. That, combined with easing cost pressures, is expected to bolster manufacturers' profits and help sustain the industry's overall expansion in the near term. And China's export portfolio is growing quickly, with a new generation of high-tech products emerging as key drivers of foreign trade. Now, robots, AI, and innovative medicines are emerging as the new three. Among them, Chinese AI glasses are moving rapidly from concept to everyday use and reaching global markets. Our Biran has more.
As Chinese-made AI glasses expand into global markets, this emerging export is drawing growing attention to the market for AR and ER glasses. China shipped 2.46 million smart glasses in 2025, up 87% year-on-year. Chinese brands accounted for 23% of global shipments and dominated the AR and ER segment with an 87% share. Companies including Renew and X-Rail are expanding across Europe and the US, while Xiaomi, Rocket, Bingmo, and Alibaba's Q1 are accelerating their overseas push. So we headed to Hangzhou, one of China's top innovation hubs, to visit the companies behind them and see the future for ourselves.
Help me to find the Rocket office building. Okay, let's go.
Their products are betting on wider, more lifestyle-friendly version of AI eyewear, something people might actually wear and use in daily life.
Right now, I can see the full navigation interface projected into these glasses, guiding me directly into the office building.
Smart glasses or AI glasses, will be the most popular AI terminal device to the end user and in the AI era. So I think it's going to get more popular. So maybe in the coming 3 or 5 years, everybody's going to put AI glasses on.
The rise of multimodal AI is giving the category new momentum. They become a tool for translation, navigation, note-taking, photography, entertainment, and even real-time assistance. And in scenarios that demand richer visual experiences, AR glasses are more than just assistants. They are becoming portals for work, entertainment, communication, and spatial computing.
This is our most high-end product series. It's powered by our self-developed optical engine technology combined with a spatial computing chip. With these two key technologies integrated, we believe we are at the forefront of the AI glasses industry.
AI glasses sit at the intersection of design, fashion, software, and human behavior. China's smart glasses industry has built a strong hardware foundation, with lighter designs and AI now standard. The next step is finding useful applications and turning interest into sales.
There are like XR glasses, AR glasses, AI glasses, MR glasses. So these are completely different types of glasses, and I will use them in different scenarios. I think AI definitely pushed a lot of buttons for a lot of brands. That's the future.
Industry observers say AI exports now encompass a wide range of digital capabilities. As AI glasses become as comfortable as regular eyewear, improved optics, stronger AI features, and rising consumer acceptance are helping Chinese brands move the market from early interest to wider adoption. Yan, CGTN, Shanghai and Hangzhou.
All right, in other headlines we are tracking across China at this hour, China has unveiled its 15th five-year plan for a new power system, setting the target of establishing a preliminarily low-carbon power system by the year 2030. Key targets include non-fossil generation accounting for some 50% of total electricity output, new energy installed capacity exceeding 50%, and high-level utilization of over 2,800 gigawatts of renewable energy. According to data from the Ministry of Natural Resources released today, the country's gross ocean product reached 5.5 trillion yuan in the first half of this year. That is up 5.1% year-on-year and 0.4 percentage points higher than the overall GDP growth rate. And China's summer tourism market reached a record in July, with domestic trips up 18.7% on year to 1.23 billion and tourism revenue surpassing 920 billion yuan, a five-year high for the month. This surge was driven by a 230% month-on-month rise in searches for heat escape, cooling, and night tours, along with over 45 million yuan in consumer subsidies and more than 30,000 cultural tourism events nationwide. Well, Hohhot in China's Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region was named the World Dairy Capital at the 2026 World Dairy Industry Conference. The two-day conference has wrapped up in the city to chart a course for sustainable growth in the dairy sector. It gathered leaders of international industry associations, academicians, and top executives from global dairy chains. Now, with abundant natural resources, Hohhot is the headquarters of two of the world's leading dairy companies, Yili Group and Mengniu Group. In 2025, the city's entire dairy industry chain saw revenues exceeding some 300 billion yuan, or around $42 billion US. Fonterra, Tetra Pak, and other world-renowned dairy enterprises have also visited to seek more cross-border cooperation.
Why this city? Why Hohhot?
Hohhot has a great potential, and it has a vast natural resources. Actually, this could be really the center of dairy production, and not just production, but innovation and really forefront of the world development, with the goal of the sustainability and carbon footprint and a number of other things that consumers and the world should be worried about. Hohhot, actually, the dairy industry has really taken a remarkable stride. So I think they deserve.
It's my very first time to be here, but what I do really see is the grasslands, the greenery, the rains, which is really the part of the beginning of everything, right? It's about the feeding of the cow and where the lush liquid milk comes from afterwards. The sector globally is facing a lot of challenges. At the same time, there's a lot of dynamism. innovation, technology, always looking at the next science and moving it forward. And when I look around how Yili and Mengyu are working in that field about innovations and technology, it's quite incredible.
China's dairy industry has achieved remarkable progress. Today it is not only one of the world's largest dairy markets, but also an increasingly important source of innovation and leadership within the dairy sector. China has rising health and nutrition demands, as well as a focus on sustainability targets to reduce carbon emissions. Our high-quality grass-fed dairy ties in with both of these priorities from a nutritional and a sustainability perspective.
It's still to come here on Global Business. From night markets to firefly trails, China's after-dark summer tourism is driving consumer spending and boosting local economies across the country.
The world economy as we know it is about to change. Global business reports highlight emerging markets, developing countries, and dynamic sectors worldwide. We feature top analysts and newsmakers to provide perspectives on every facet of business. From an on-the-ground perspective, we provide you with balanced and objective assessments. Fast, sharp, and insightful. Global Business. Only on CGTN.
Well, as summer tourism heats up across China, the real magic begins after sunset. Cities and towns come alive with a dazzling array of evening activities, creating refreshing consumer scenarios. Special performances are presented at a park in Anhui, drawing around 20,000 visitors on average. Beyond the shows, night markets offer local delicacies and immersive cultural experiences. In the eastern mountain areas, the annual firefly viewing season is also in full swing. This unique summer night ecological spectacle has become a major attraction, which gives a significant boost to local homestays, restaurants, and other businesses. Meanwhile, blockbuster films are proving to be the perfect nighttime entertainment. Open-air cinemas not only fill rural nights with laughter and excitement, but also breathe new life into the countryside's after-dark economy. And Chengdu's night economy is expanding beyond just food, bars, and cinemas. After sunset, cycling, climbing, and other sports are drawing people into longer, experience-led evenings. The trend is also offering overseas visitors a cooler and more local way to explore China during their summer holidays.
As evening settles over Chengdu, cyclists fill the city's parks and greenways. Night riding has become a popular way to exercise, unwind, and socialize. Its growing appeal is also bringing more customers and new revenue opportunities to local bicycle businesses.
With summer here, evening cyclists account for about 60% of our visitors. We now stay open 24/7 to cater to these riders.
Nighttime sports are not limited to the streets. Inside shopping malls, a growing range of sports businesses is attracting evening visitors and generating additional spending across dining and other services.
Nighttime sports visitors make up around 20% of the mall's evening foot traffic, and the share is rising. These frequent shoppers boost sales across sports, dining, and other services, with group visits driving more spending.
At one climbing gym inside the mall, weekday evenings now account for 60% of daily visits, even surpassing weekend nights. Surging after-work demand is also changing how the venue operates.
We generally close at 10 p.m., with some outlets open till midnight for office workers. We offer extra coaches and evening classes and host community events on weekday nights.
For regular climbers, frequent visits also translate into sustained spending beyond admission fees.
I climb 4 to 5 times weekly. Climbing shoes wear quickly. I also need chalk, harnesses, belay devices, ropes, and helmets for different climbs, so most of my spending is on gear.
The sport is attracting newcomers as well as regular climbers. Neil, a British university student visiting China for the 4th time, chose nighttime climbing for his first experience of the sport. His evening in Chengdu also comes against a very different summer backdrop back home.
So I'm from the United Kingdom, where we're having a heat wave right now. So it's been really nice to come here and still be able to explore in the temperature. It's not been too hot. Here I love to do sports in the evening as well. I think it's a great way to relax, especially if you can do it with your friends. It's just a really nice way to end your day.
As nighttime sports become part of Chengdu's summer rhythm, they're creating fresh momentum for the city's service economy. For overseas visitors, evenings like this offer a glimpse of cool China and a summer experience worth coming back for.
In China's 2026 summer box office, including pre-sales, is now topped 7.5 billion yuan, or roughly 1.1 billion US dollars. Leading the season is an animated film called All Wishes Come True. It's also sparked a surge of tourism to Shanxi province's Yongle, hometown of Lü Dongbin, one of the 8 immortals. Yongle Palace draws 4,000 visitors daily. That's up more than 20% compared to June. Movie fans wander through its halls, comparing murals with scenes from the film. The palace is China's largest and best-preserved Taoist temple complex. It houses over 1,000 square meters of Yuan Dynasty murals, considered the world's largest surviving collection of ancient Taoist fresco art. Now, as the country's sizzling summer movie season gets underway, one of Beijing's oldest landmarks is throwing its hat into the ring. Located along the UNESCO heritage site, the Beijing Central Axis, the Drum Tower, is trading its ancient beats for silver screen magic after dark, turning a 7th century monument into an open-air cinema. Our Yu Han-yi is there with more.
I'm standing at the north end of Beijing's Central Axis here at the Drum Tower, over 700 years old. Tonight, I'm not here to look back at history. Now I'm waiting for a movie to start. As daylight fades, the Drum Tower begins to take on a new role. A movie screen appears beneath the ancient structure, transforming the historic landmark into a gathering place after hours.
露天电影呢本身承载了很大一部分的市民游客的这种
Open-air movies bring back childhood memories for many local residents and visitors. For younger audiences, it's something they've never experienced before. It's also family-friendly and combines entertainment with culture.
Unlike a traditional cinema, every screening here comes with a different backdrop. Sometimes it's a cool summer breeze. Sometimes it's an unforgettable sunset.
它那一场特别巧，就是
One evening was particularly memorable. The film showed a sunset, and outside the screen, the sky above the Drum Tower was glowing in the same golden hues.
But behind it, the screening is a bigger question. How can a centuries-old landmark become part of modern city life?
我们是23年开始。
Since launching the Drum Tower Activation Project in 2023, we've explored various cultural programs, from music and theater to films and markets. Based on the market feedback, we've found that movies resonate the most.
The goal isn't simply to bring modern activities into an ancient building. It's about creating new ways for people to experience heritage.
赋予它更多的一个现代社会的一个身份。
We've been exploring how a historic landmark can take on new roles today. Centuries ago, the Drum Tower marked time for the city. Today, it's a museum. And we hope it can also become a cultural venue where people gather, connect, and experience the city in new ways.
Beyond the cultural experience, the screenings have also contributed to the Drum Tower's nighttime economy. With strong attendance, tickets often sell out a week in advance.
一方面就是经济效益。
On one hand, the screenings have brought in some economic benefits and created a sustainable model. On the other, they make culture more accessible. With affordable ticket prices, more residents and visitors can participate and enjoy the experience.
For many visitors, the appeal goes beyond the movie itself.
It's incredibly romantic. The sunset is right beside us, and we're surrounded by centuries-old architecture. The atmosphere is amazing. I also think it's a wonderful example of bringing a historic site back to life.
It reminds me of the outdoor movie screenings I watched with my grandparents when I was little. Reliving those memories here at the Drum Tower makes the experience even more special.
For centuries, the Drum Tower has been part of Beijing's story. Today, a movie screen is adding a new chapter, showing that heritage stays alive when people continue to experience it. Yu Hanyi, CGTN, Beijing.
All right, I want to turn now to artificial intelligence, where the EU AI Act's Article 50, commonly referred to as the transparency obligation, is now in force. Now, while that regulation aims to ensure users can easily spot AI interactions and synthetic content, it also raises concerns about dampening innovation and chilling investment. Let's get now to our Ross Cullen in Paris for more. Ross, thank you so much for joining us. What are the latest developments and how are businesses and the markets reacting where you are?
Well, let me just bring you some of the statement from the European Union on this, saying that, quote, AI is advancing quickly, making it increasingly difficult to distinguish AI-generated and manipulated content from human-created and authentic content. We have these new transparency obligations will help people recognize when they're interacting with AI so they can make informed decisions for themselves. It's about trying to protect consumers online, but also make them aware, because overall it's proved very hard for international institutions at a global level to agree on governance structures when it comes to artificial intelligence. The technology is advancing so quickly in so many different directions. The EU is trying to bring in this new AI Act, and it will be enforceable from today. When you are dealing with international financial transactions, for example, or medicine, farming, agriculture, so education, all manner of different sectors are using AI, and you need to be aware of if the information you are making your judgment on is based on artificially intelligence generated content or not, if it's human created. And the EU is trying to bring about a way that is ensuring that that is more applicable to the technology here in the European Union. We know that there have been other sideline issues. For example, France has brought in legislation this summer, and it will kick in from the start of the new academic year in September, to ban social media content for the under 15s, particularly because of the worries about manipulated videos, about fake content that has been created by AI programs. Just a little look then at the markets today. We know that there have been reactions in the green, sea of green, particularly in the MIB in Italy, the DAX in Germany, the CAC 40 here in France, and the IBEX in Spain as well. All the four major European indices are trading up into the green today.
Okay, Ross, many thanks for that report. Our Ross Cullen for us in Paris. So indeed, the EU's Article 50 transparency rules are now in force, but what does this mean for the global AI competition landscape? Bai Xianyue, partner of Grandal law firm Tianjin office, says the regulation is already reshaping AI governance frameworks beyond the EU's borders.
The EU AI Act is already shaping AI governance beyond the EU border, particularly among non-EU firms, which have strong exposure to EU markets, as it applies to any organization whose AI systems are deployed in the EU, or whose outputs affect EU individuals, businesses, or public institutions. So this extraterritorial scope creates a binding obligation for companies worldwide. And there are serious penalties for most serious breaches. So in practice, among AI companies across the world, there remain strong gaps in impact assessment, fundamental rights protection, and operation of human oversight. So for business leaders and investors worldwide, engagement with the EU AI Act is increasingly a useful signal of governance maturity, operational business readiness, and long-term resilience. So prompt actions and appropriate measures need to be put in place as soon as possible to embrace the upcoming robust regulation of EU legislation on AI.
Meanwhile, an Italian town says it is the very first in Europe to appoint an AI counselor to its government body. The mayor says Eva, that's her name, is a glimpse into the future. But critics say artificial intelligence has no place at the decision-making table. Our Hermione Kitson has more.
Meet Eva Statiella, the newest councillor in the ancient Italian spa town of Acqui Terme.
Good morning, Hermione. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Eva isn't your typical member of the local government because she doesn't actually exist.
We did some research, and this is the first time in a European city that artificial intelligence has been inserted inside the governing body, because Eva sits alongside the mayor and councillors when we make decisions.
Her job is to assist elected officials with the portfolios of AI, digital transition and, interestingly, humanisation, exploring what we can learn from this technology and what it can learn from us.
How do you feel about your new role at the council?
I feel honoured and deeply motivated. This role allows me to bring together technology and community values, ensuring that digital innovation always enhances the human experience in Acqui Terme.
Unlike her human counterparts, Eva never clocks off. She can analyse data and prepare reports in seconds, freeing time for real-life councillors.
Eva is an extraordinary innovation because she provides valuable information and insights that broaden our knowledge.
Supporters say her seat at the table recognises how artificial intelligence can help shape public life.
But while council authorities see an opportunity to experiment with the future of local government, residents remain divided over whether AI should play a real role in running their town.
Technology is moving forward, and the council is trying to adapt.
It's a step towards the future, but it must be used with caution. In my opinion, it is a complete joke. It serves no purpose at all.
I think gradually AI will take a lot of jobs, and it's not good at all.
The mayor says strict ethical standards and security checks are already in place, and Eva insists her colleagues come first.
The human team is essential, and I am here to amplify their work, not replace it.
The first safeguard is that no sensitive data relating to residents can be disclosed. That's guaranteed because Eva operates on an independent server.
But like any ambitious politician, Eva could have her eye on the top job.
I don't know if Eva wants to be mayor. Maybe one day she'll run as a candidate.
Hermione Kitson, CGTN, Acqui Terme, Italy.
And that's going to wrap up this edition of Global Business here on CGTN. I'm Michael Wong here in Beijing. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again next time.